Bong Voyager videos. Hey guys, so this is my first reaction video. This is Bong Voyager. So I think yesterday, as you all know, the final video, the final teaser of the last part of Avengers just came out, and I think it's the best time to actually start the reaction series that I've been looking for. So we'll be seeing the trailer. How is it? I have not seen it yet, and after seeing it, I would like to take you through the probable happenings that you're going to see in this new part. So without wasting much time, let's just get into it. 1, 2, 3 and start.
Stay on.
Oh my god.
If you find this recording, don't feel bad about this. Part of the journey is the end. Just for the record, being adrift in space with zero promise of rescue is more fun than it sounds. Food and water ran out 4 days ago. Oxygen will run out tomorrow morning. That'll be it. When I drift off, I will dream about you. It's always you.
That's quite emotional.
Thanos did exactly what he said he was going to do. He wiped out 50% of all living creatures.
We lost, all of us. We lost friends. We lost family. We lost a part of ourselves. This is the fight of our lives.
This is going to work, Steve.
I know it is. Because I don't know what I'm going to do if it doesn't.
It's gonna be very big.
Hi, is anyone home? This is Scott Lang. We met a few years ago
Ant-Man?
at the airport in Germany. Got out really big.
Is this an old message?
Ant-Man, I know you know that.
That's the front door.
That's me. Can you buzz me in?
So Ant-Man is there. Whew. Okay. What a trailer. What a teaser. I'm perfectly, totally blown out by this teaser. It's a perfect teaser for a conclusion. I have no words to describe the impact it has made to all the fans. At least being a Marvel fan, being an Avengers fan, being a superhero film fan, I think it's amazing. So now, going a little bit of deeper into the content, I think they have not much given up about the storyline. I think that's good as a creator and both from the audience perspective, because it keeps on driving you towards the theaters. It keeps on driving you to wait for the final trailer. It's totally acceptable, and I think this particular trailer especially, even though in Infinity War also we saw the kind of impact the trailer made. It was in that point of time, it was the trailer that was most searched for. So it created that kind of aura around it, and the same thing is being followed or being seen in this kind of teaser also. So in the first scene we see Tony Stark. I think he's totally devastated after the defeat he had in the last fight with Thanos, and now he's on his way back to Earth. And most probably, as it seems so, he's right now traveling in Star Lord's spaceship, and along with him, I think also Nebula is there, Gamora's sister. She is a humanoid robot kind of alien being. You have seen it in the last movie, and it's a very emotional part. I mean, it's totally made me a bit emotional. We see that he records a video for Pepper, and he mentions that that he has already ran out of food and water 4 days ago, and after one day the oxygen supply in the spaceship is going to end, and he knows that he's going to die. He has no confirmation about his own future, so he just conveys the message that whoever finds it, be it any alien species or any other being from the Marvel universe, then this message can be further conveyed to Pepper. It's very emotional, and I think that's a specialty about Russo brothers. There's a specialty about Marvel superhero movies, because it's not only about superpower or being a superhuman. We have always seen the movies connected to the human psyche, to the human emotions. I think that makes Avenger as a superhero brand much more closer to its fans. It's a realistic kind of science fiction movie, I can say. Just moving ahead, then this is a very beautiful shot, that the spaceship is flying through the space, and we can see a kind of it's a sun or kind of a black hole that it passes by, and the shimmers from the ray of that sun or black hole, I should say, it gets reflected around Tony within the spaceship. So I think that's a catch. I think very soon we will be seeing Captain Marvel movie coming up. So I think she will be making an appearance, and I think most likely Tony's not going to die. So it's a spoiler alert for you guys. So I think so. It's just my perception that it's because Captain Marvel is the superhero of the universe, of the space. So I think she might also be aware of the situation that half of the universe is gone after the snapping of fingers by Thanos, and now she is also on the way to Earth. As you have seen that in the last shot of Avengers Infinity War, Nick Fury just activated the beacon, calling Captain Marvel back to Earth. And I think that probably on the way, she might be meeting Tony, and Tony will be saved. So in the next scene, we see a very beautiful shot where the Avengers logo comes together, and that kind of flary feeling which we saw in Infinity War when Thanos snapped his fingers, and we saw that all the living beings, I mean most of them, 50% of the living creatures in the movie, they just became dust. So we saw the Avengers logo just converts itself into dust. So that's a very good transformation. It actually reflects the feeling. The tone of the movie is totally set, and we get to feel that it's just a continuation. Next, that's I think we can see the spaceship, from a different angle, and you can see Tony actually sitting and staring towards the space, to the vast emptiness in front. And then comes the other intriguing shot. In the last interview, we saw Russo brothers highlighted the planet in which Thanos is right now. It is not Titan, but it is Titan 2. So I think it is just the glimpse how Titan 2 looks like. We can see Thanos has just hung his armor just like a scarecrow. So, and there's another surprising thing to it. You can also see the Infinity Gauntlet. He's still wearing that. So, but it looks badly burned. So I think the Infinity Gauntlet is not that much powerful as it used to be And then comes my favorite shot, of course. It's the favorite shot of the movie for me. When you can see Steve Rogers, Captain America, crying. Tears. It's just so realistic, He has seen a lot. He has seen during World War, he lost his love. Now he has seen half of human population has gone down. They are no more. And he couldn't do anything. So I think that's quite practical, the kind of pain he must be going through at the moment. Then there's a catch again, the second spoiler I should say. In the next scene, you can see three pictures are being monitored by Hulk or Bruce Banner, and out of that, one is Scott Lang, our Ant-Man. Then comes Shuri, uh, the sister of Black Panther. So I think it shows that both Scott Lang, Ant-Man, Shuri, and Spider-Man, three of them are missing. At least this crew of Avengers, they're not aware of their location. They're untraceable. So it makes a sense because Scott Lang, we saw in the end of the trailer, he's appearing, so he's gone. The other two, Shuri and Spider-Man. Spider-Man, we are sure that he's already dead, and Shuri is still alive. We can at least think of that in a positive note. I think she will come back. She will definitely come back, and she's also a tech geek. So let's hope that she comes back, because then that's another twist to the plot. She can plan something, and we can expect one more notch of a science fiction out there. So again, we see another scene that shows Nebula coming towards Tony, and Tony is probably dead. I think he's not dead. He's just taking a rest, or he has collapsed, something like that, but not at all in a good situation. Then another surprise we saw. Finally, after so many movies, we saw Hawkeye coming into action. It seems like he's in Japan based on the background. He's fighting, and I think the last word which you heard just before this scene was that many people has lost their families due to the mishap, and I think he has lost his family, and now he's for some mission out there in Japan. So he's back. Probably we'll be seeing him after Civil War. That's the third point which I would like to highlight is there's a scene where Steve Rogers, he opens his compass, and a picture of Peggy is shown. So I think there's a bit of time travel. At least many of the Avengers fan are showing in the video that there's a time travel involved. We don't know for sure, but I think that if it is so, then there's a connection to Peggy as well. Maybe Captain America will be getting another chance to meet his love. And finally, the last scene, and I'm also a bit shocked because they showed that Ant-Man is missing, and then they again showed that Ant-Man is just knocking at their door, the Avengers facility. So it gives us quite an idea that Ant-Man might be using his last discovery of the quantum realm. I mean, in the last part of named as Ant-Man and the Wasp, we have seen that the quantum realm is a very powerful arena, and it can actually manipulate time and space. So I think that is a game changer for them. They found a new weapon by which they can actually change the past, change the time. So it again gives you a catch. So these are few of my observations, and of course the Avengers logo in between. Not the logo, the entire Avengers animation that normally comes in the Avengers movie. It also reflects a lot. If you look at it in a very detailed way, you will find that at first it's totally blurry, it's totally devastated, the entire logo. But again, you will see all the pieces coming together, and in the end, those pieces forms the word Endgame. So I think that itself shows us that though the Avengers are totally destroyed, or say 50% of them are no more, but still for the end game, they will be coming together for the last time. And yes, it's the end game. So a lot of videos has been made in between, and being a fan, I've been going through all of them. I think at least most of them, and we have seen that people were guessing the name of the last part. Some of them even highlighted the name Annihilation. Some of them even suggested that there could be a new villain known as Annihilator or something. I just forgot the name, please pardon for that. Uh, but I think that now we have seen the end game as a final name, the final tagline of Avengers. So let's see how it turns out. Being an Avengers fan, I'm really excited to watch this movie. A pre-Christmas gift like this, I think, really makes you crazy. Being a Avengers fan, being a Marvel fan, and that made me do my first reaction today. So it's my first reaction, as I've just mentioned before. So please pardon me in case I have made some mistake out here. Hopefully, I will learn from it, and I will be making better content, because I'm planning to do a series uh, on movie reviews, and most of my movies will be science fiction based because I love sci-fi movies. I love superhero movies, so a lot to come. So till then, let me sign off right now, but we'll catch you soon. And don't forget to subscribe my channel, and also press the bell icon to remain connected and get updated about all my new contents. Thank you so much.